All right, so I got a cup of water in here. I have 1 more cup of water here. I'm gonna pour about half of that in. Okay, and then I have my container of paper mache paste. So the key thing to when you're adding this, you want the water to be continuously moving. Okay, so if you just kind of swirl it like this, and then slowly, kind of as if you're seasoning that water, you can put a little bit of powder in at a time. Okay, so by doing this slowly, you're going to keep clumps from forming. If I just toss this whole thing in, it's going to make a big clump that's very hard to dissolve. Spin, spin, spin. Add a little bit of powder in. Spin, spin, spin. Add a little bit of powder. Okay, so at this point, when I stick a spoon in there, it's kind of a little bit on the thick side. So I am going to take a little bit of my water, about half of what's left, and pour that in, just so that it can be have a little bit more movement. Okay. So we like that it kind of pours off my spoon instead of just clops in. Okay. Alrighty. And so now we have how it kind of drips off the spoon instead of just plopping down. That's our perfect consistency. All right, so some people might need a little more water, some people might need a little less water. So just slowly add that water in towards the end to determine how much of that you'll need. Okay. And you can do this inside of your container if it's easier for you. It was easier for me to do it in a bigger bowl, but it does need to be in a sealable container that can hold 2 cups of water. So try and scrape as much of that out. If you have a spatula, you can use that spatula to get all the extra out. And then rinse your bowl out as needed. If your piece has these white blops in them, it's not a big deal. It makes it a little bit more difficult to spread the goop on your paper mache piece, but it's not going to make it mess up. All right, you can, like I said, push it against the side to help break it up more, but don't spend an hour trying to get those little tiny things out. Okay. Make sure it's sealed so that it does not dry out before we need it next.